Ashley was sitting here, Phoebe, that would be her story. Yeah, I don't think she was really aware that it was going to be that intense when Dracula grabs her.
Ashley was a pro. She was a champ. She was also 5. And when Duncan was in, we never saw Duncan play Dracula or Tom Noonan out of makeup or out of character the entire time we shot this movie. And Ashley, when she saw Duncan, was scared but handled it. But when he had his fangs and his red contact lenses in, she was terrified of him. And so they did a lot of the shots, reaction with her when they were with him, he wore that. And that one take where he picks her up, Fred, this is a great story. She goes, and Fred said, okay, he's gonna lift you up and he's gonna say, give me the ambulance, and then you're gonna scream. And Ashley goes, and I said, okay, great, when do you want me to scream? And Fred goes, you'll know. And so Duncan was hiding from him, turned around in his, and this is so sad because that scream, if you know it well or heard the story before, the first scream, she was so scared she couldn't make a sound. And it couldn't stop. And then they had to cut and do it again. So they made her do it again, and then there's that super screen, so it ended up with that little jump cut as an extra. And she didn't like that. She didn't like that.
The best part about that story is that I remember when they were shooting that, and for some reason I was standing off to the side watching them shoot that. She's on like a little lift thing, and as he's raising it, she's standing on the thing like forklift.
Yeah.
The guy like lifting her up, and I was like, okay, this is cool, this is cool, this is cool. And she did the, and then he said, give me the amulet, you bitch. She freaks out, she screams, and I go, like, oh my God, it's so terrifying. Poor amulet.
So, we didn't really have any that unknown or surprise or anything like that. That's the one. That's the one. So they traumatized the 5-year-old.
The hero.
The hero of the movie.
Thank you.
Hey.
So there's lots of influences on Monster Squad. Obviously, like the Universal Monster stuff, but also stuff like comic books, the Hardy Boys novels, a little bit of Looney Tunes in there. And I was wondering, what were some things that you all had as influence to like help you get into character, or like do a scene or anything like that?
Mine was pretty straightforward. Everyone's like, the wild ones. Fred's like, go watch the wild ones, go watch Rebel Without a Cause, things like that. But I was like, I've seen those. That's why I got the effing part. Because I already know who this kid is. He's badass. I mean, I work, in the audition process, I walked in, I looked nothing different than what you see in the film. Like I was wearing the leather jacket, I had the Ray-Bans on, my hair was all spiked up. I think I just walked off the set of Kids Inc. and had an audition and went to that audition, and that was kind of a no-brainer. Like, got this. So, I don't know if there's anything any different than...
I don't... Were there any reference movies of like a bossy know-it-all that tells everybody what to do? I don't know. That's kind of what Sean does. I don't know, he's not that bad. I guess he's not that bad.
He's a good kid.
He's a good kid. He's a good kid.
Like
but no, definitely for you.
Free Village of the Damned.
Yeah, definitely you. Yeah, Rebel Without a Cause and
For sure.
Because and Wild Ones for sure. And I always even talked about Grease, just for the look and the style of the era that Rudy was going for. Because I'm sure some people know, I never auditioned for the role of Sean Crenshaw. I auditioned for the role of Rudy. Hey, look. It's not nice. She says,
It was never going to happen. It was never going to happen.
Only because as the descriptions of movies and characters come through, my body of work leading up to that summer was the cool kid in the leather jacket, a lot of hair product, kind of cool kid. So it's a no-brainer for me to go read for that, and I never auditioned for Sean. I went screen test, callbacks, producers, screen test, all for Rudy. And I always said, could I have played Rudy? Sure, it would have been a different kind of laid back kind of, but I know why I'm not Rudy. Because he walked into his audition and murdered it, and became Rudy in that moment because that was him, and they were absolutely right. And somebody in that group, and I finally asked Fred. I said, who was it in the decision-making group that said, what about the kid we read for Rudy? Could we wash the gunk out of his hair and give him some clothes that don't fit well and give him a really bad haircut? And could he be Sean? And everybody went, yeah. And that was me. And I think it was Peter Hunt. I think it was Peter Hunt. So thank you, Peter. And that just, everything worked out to be exactly where it was supposed to be, because he's Rudy.